Cool. Here we go. Seems like we're online, so let's start as we usually start. Hello, folks. It's Tuesday again. A pretty overcast, rainy, but warm April 15th, 2025 here in Germany. As usual, my name is Todor Vladov, and I'm back with the 50th episode of Keeping It Realistic. Yeah, believe it or not, we managed to do 50 of these shows within the last 1.5 years. And obviously, now we have a big round number to celebrate. And for a proper celebration, we need balloons. Here we go. We need drinks. Here we go. Cheers. And of course, we need some awesome guests. And this is the best part. We actually have them. We have 5 people from the group join me here today for the show. So without any further ado, let me just change the layout and show them to you. Here they are. Anna, Dhanushka, Kacper, Amit, and Amir, who has some technical issues and will join us soon, I hope, when he figures them out. So, hello, my friends. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
It's great to have you here. How do you feel? Are you nervous?
Bit.
A little.
A little is okay. A little is better than me on most of the days. I'll be honest with you. Let me check the comments here. I'll try to take the window, the comments window as a separate one so that I can better follow the comments as a pop-out. Here it is. Okay. So, folks, it's awesome to have you here. Not only for you to do my job while I sit back and relax, but also because I don't think there is a better way to celebrate a show that is so focused on the community and its members than to actually have some of them participate in it, right? And of course, talking about participation, we gotta take a look and address our friends in the chat as well. I see they're already very active. Virtue is here, Janita, Shachila. There are some new names that I don't know, but I'm very happy to have you here in the comments, guys. Saifuddin, awesome to have you. And by the way, how is it seeing the people that you usually share the chat with during the live shows suddenly actually be on the show? I really want to know this. Gladly let me know. And regarding your questions to my co-reviewers for the day, we have no separate Q&A section like Zoom does, for example, but we've planned a Q&A part at the end of the show. So if you have any questions, keep them for the end, and then all the people that you see here will do their best to answer those. And now I think it would be great to just begin the show. And folks, before you maybe properly introduce yourselves as it should be, maybe we should quickly breeze through a few news, just because they're pretty urgent with some things happening tomorrow too, actually. So we'll just do this. I'll share my screen and then you get your time to introduce yourself properly. I see Amir is trying to join. We still see a black screen, but I hope he manages to do so. It would be awesome because we also want to see him as well. In the meantime, let me just share my screen and show you what we are doing here. So I'll show this one is probably the right one. Okay, so first of all, okay, here we go. I hope you see my screen. Please confirm in the comments. So first thing first, we have a new awesome cover image for the group. It's an image by Yaman. It's a wonderful visualization, a wonderful interior render, very classy. And I think that the Chaos Campus logo absolutely suits it and it works great with it. It was such an easy thing to work with. And I love the whole quality and I love the atmosphere of this work, the color scheme. So I would say you guys absolutely chose a very, very good cover image. What do you think, guys? Do you like it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's cool, right? Did you vote for this one?
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, everybody's so good. Okay, so let's check out the news. There are a few new dates in the Chaos event calendar. They're all in the USA. So if you live there or if you plan to visit, definitely take a look on this one. And then next, I want to show you Chaos. It's the Chaos Camp, not campus, camp only, which is actually a free academy for junior developers. So if you're the type of person who doesn't only want to use 3D software, but help create it, this is the right thing for you. I'll read here what you're going to do. Chaos Camp is your opportunity to learn from top experts, find out what's behind the scenes of visualization technologies, and be invited for an internship at Chaos. So this is a huge chance. What's more, it's free. All you need to do is be above 18 and be based in Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, or Germany. I think this has to do with the Chaos headquarters being in those countries. So yeah, definitely check it out. And what's more, tomorrow, April 16th, 2025, this is why we're talking about this now, there is going to be a webinar explaining all you need to know about this initiative, and you'll be able to also ask questions and get your answers in real time. So if you haven't checked this out, definitely do so. I will just drop the link in the comments, and yeah, you can register if you're interested in this. In case, however, you're not interested in programming, or tomorrow's webinar just is not something that you're after, or you don't happen to come from these 3 countries, I have an alternative for you as well. There is a very cool Autodesk webinar called How to Create a 3D Environment in 3ds Max for tomorrow, where you can learn how to create dynamic and realistic environment using 3D modeling workflows. You get some tips and tricks for world building with 3ds Max. You will learn how to accelerate tasks with TyFlow to efficiently scatter assets and create visually diverse elements. And you will learn how to achieve realistic details with V-Ray for 3ds Max. I'll definitely recommend this one to you. This seems like a very promising webinar. So if you won't be going for the Chaos Camp, definitely go for the 3D environment webinar by Autodesk. I will share the link with you as well. We'll check the chat once again because many more people joined in the meantime. Kanchana, Ravindra, I cannot read all of your names, so many difficult names. Anjula, maybe. Heshan, Mikhail is here, Mario, Nimesh, Sumesh. There is a tendency with the names here, I would say, almost. But yeah, I think that's enough of news because today we want to celebrate and yeah, not do news the whole day. So I'll just stop sharing my screen. And oh, here we go. Amir is there.
Finally.
Okay. But Amir, you are muted. And we see you twice, just so you know. You gotta leave one of the, either on your PC or on your tablet, you gotta leave and you should focus on only one device, preferably a laptop or something, so that you'll be able to review the work that you're going to review. So, but I'll mute you in the meantime, because I think it would be a great time for you guys to start introducing yourselves. And I think it would be a great idea to start with the lady who decided to join us today. It's awesome to have you here today, Anna. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Theo. Just let me share my screen. Just a second. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my presentation. Can you see it?
Yeah, it works.
Okay. So my name's Anna Lyszczyk. Here's how you properly spell my surname, Lyszczyk. I come from Gliwice, Poland, a city where I was born. I've studied there, and currently I'm working there at. Here I prepared a city center close-up view so that you can see the city's town hall.
Nice.
And here's the long city street, the main street called Zwycięstwa, very similar to the Łódź Piotrkowska, and Kacper will tell you about
Yes.
it, probably. And I come from the Silesia region, which is connected with post-industrial character of the buildings. There are many interesting revitalizations of the buildings. They are very common there. Here are some interesting examples, like the house on the terrain of the coal mine. You can see it on the down right side. Here's where I studied. It's the Silesian University of Technology. It's the building of the left side, and on the right side you can see the campus. We've got 3 landmarks in city of Gliwice. It's the Palm Tree House. It was designed by the professor from my university. And we've got radio station. It's a tower that was built from the wood. It's 100 meters tall. It's also the place where Second World War started. Yeah. And arena, which is the sports entertainment hall. People gather there for some sports events, and also the concerts of famous people. And right now I will share a short film from the company where I'm currently working at. Just a second. It's an engineering company. Yeah. So apart from the work, here's my son.
How is this pronounced?
Apart from the work, here's my son. It's John. I'm not sure if you have heard me, but I previously told you about I'm working in the engineering company called Fluor. And it's a company where we are mainly using Revit and Navisworks Simulate. We're working in the bigger scale project. That's what I wanted to add. This is my company currently. I wanted to share some of my hobbies. When it comes to sports, I like yoga, cycling, swimming, and this year I challenged myself when my son was trying to learn skiing. I've started to learn, go for the lessons of snowboarding. I do like generative arts. It's a kind of art creation, it's really simple. You basically are writing the codes on the left side in the program called P5.js. It's based on JavaScript language. It creates some random, juxtapositions. I wanted to show you how do I do it.
That's so cool.
You can create such visuals, very random. Another one.
Mesmerizing, to be honest.
It's
One more example.
It's insane, right? It's awesome.
I really like it.
Just get the feeling of kaleidoscopes, going through the patterns.
Fibonacci sequence.
And going back to the presentation, just a second. I've been also a bit interested in the photography. Also tried doing some modeling myself without being a professional model. And what else? Going back to the architecture, when it comes to the biggest lessons I've learned from the professional work life until now is one of them is that when you finish your work, whatever, if it's in archviz or in architecture, hand in your final result to the whole, or at least a part of your team around you, and watch it, to check it. It will help you to see the things that you missed, and that you didn't see, and you thought it was all perfect. Be addicted to bettering up yourself, and also do some self checks. And my second hint is will be to do not be afraid to approach to people whichever position they're working at, because when you do it and are prepared for such interactions, of course, you can learn many solutions and get valuable friendships, do some networking, and even when you're only female in the room. But archviz has been all my architectural life in my heart, because it's interesting. Personally, I love checking about all the novelties coming in, and especially coronavirus times made me rethink many things up. To this point, I realized that I love archviz so much, and people out there, that I've decided to improve my skill set. And then I bought many courses and started attending archviz conferences and other events and workshops. And there are my first renders from 15 years ago, when I started, the adventure with architecture on the left side. And
Sorry to interrupt. I really like the sketches on those first renders. I mean, like, there is something in them that makes them unique.
Yeah. Lively.
This bold pencil used by professors, it was awesome. Yeah, and I guess that's the part for the next person. Thank you so much.
This was awesome. This was really, really, really good, Anna. So interesting. I mean, where to start? First of all, the architecture of your city is absolutely exciting. It makes very much sense for you that you decided to go for architecture, or that you are fascinated with architecture. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Maybe wait for a second. Yeah, this is the live show. This is what happens. Unfortunately, things like this happen during live shows, but we cannot do anything about it. We can just wait for her to come back. But what do you guys think? Did you like the presentation?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
simulation part and the architecture part looks really nice.
This was great, and the difference between the first render and the last one. But I agree with Kacper. There was something lively about those images. Obviously, they are absolutely not on par with the final image that you showed, but those sketches atop of the images were really, really cool. And how about this generative art? This was so interesting. Where does this come from? Because do you need it in your work, or is it a hobby?
It is just a hobby. I've started. I found the website called Domestika, and here I found very interesting courses connected with coding, because I was at the point that I wanted to learn something about it, because I've seen that JavaScript is interactive language, and it made me interested in this. And I can share the link even after the show to this course.
I'm curious. When it comes to Domestika, are those courses in the Espanol or in English?
No, they're not only in Spanish. They're also in English and other languages.
Okay, that's cool, because I've always didn't want to read only the English, subtitles. So that's why the reason I didn't have a chance to try them out. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I have also found some. Most are in Spanish. Sometimes I really found something that I liked, and it was in Spanish that I unfortunately don't understand. But there are also enough in English as well. And yeah, gladly share this, because this was, when you put sand or something on a speaker, and then you let the sound waves create forms. This is something like this, and I love that. We've actually done this during architectural studies, and I was always fascinated by this. It's almost hypnotic. It's awesome. And I also really, really enjoyed the advice that you gave to not be scared to approach people. I think you can learn from literally everyone out there. It doesn't matter how far they are. Maybe they know something that you don't. Maybe they just started, but they took a course or something, and then they know something that you don't, even though you're way more experienced. So I absolutely agree. Be open to help and support and to learning from all directions. As long as you learn and profit and advance, that's great. And I think this would be a great transition to Dhanushka, who's, I think, can do next his introduction, because Dhanushka, today in the chat you said that your very first render was so good because you were next to some interior designers, and you kind of like a sponge, you took everything from them, and once you started, you already had a pretty high start. So seems like this is one of those cases. So yeah, please take the stage.
So
I think your mic is once again a bit silent, like it was yesterday.
is it?
Yeah, just a bit. Not very silent, but maybe.
Can you guys hear me now?
You can remove the chaos box or something.
So guys, hi. My name is Gunathilaka, and I'm from Sri Lanka, and I did my first degree in India. It is an interior designing degree. So I did that on 2015, and then after my internship, that company gave me a full-time job. So after I finished my degree, so I joined them here in Sri Lanka. So while working with them, I had 3D visualizers with me. So I was fortunate enough to get to know Kanchana, who is very famous in 3D world, and another guy called Chamara. And so this is us. So what he did, it got me hooked, and I was in the beginning itself, I was feeling visualizing, we were experimenting stuff, going through those early works of especially Tilinaya, the Tilinaliyanage, who had a big impact on us. So we were like following his work, his early works like SketchUp, Texture Club, and Texture Warehouse, and all those sites. We were like seeing how the hell he did all these things like reflections, this lighting, the combination of colors, and the camera placements. Everything got us like hooked into visualization, mainly me. So so I was like, while I'm designing and doing my part, I was like practicing visualizations as well on the side. But so after that, I kind of went on my way and started my own practice. But unfortunately, when the corona pandemic hits, so my my work gets like dried up, because we are like a island nation, and we have so much of work in our own country. So what I did was like, I thought like what to do next. At that time, I thought to reach out more. Like if I'm going to reach out other clients on other countries, so what I should do is like to get the visualization part of me going. So for that, I started studying visualizations, and it's like these inspiration got me real hooked, and I was like trying to like find out the best software combination, the best modeling combination, and all those things. So I was fortunate enough to find this guy, and he was none other than my dearest friend Theo. So he's this image. This is the image that got me hooked. This particular image, like I couldn't believe that this is an image like the generated one for a moment, and I was like zooming in and searching for details and all those stuff, like finding out how he did all these things, like the reflection, the color scheme, the lighting, everything everything seems so perfect to me. So
I
and
was trying to
then
do that also, and I was like, shit, I cannot find anything like.
yeah, man. I mean, come on, look at this. This is like way back, and then I was like mesmerized with this image, and then uh, actually Kanchana suggested me to join for this awesome group called VW Art Club, and so I kind of started posting my work, and I saw this also like mind blowing to me, like the creativity of this shot. Like who thought that to like have a visualization like this, like the from the point of view of a baby. Like this is like crazy stuff for me. So this is these are the stuff that really got me hooked, and I'm so very thankful to him. So and then while I'm posting in VWR Cup, me and Theo, I think one or two times we messaged, and he asked me to come. There's this separate group called Chaos Campus, and there's this review show which is called Keeping It Realistic. You can post your work and have some feedback and learn some things and meet people. So I was like, yeah, sure, I will definitely try that, and started posting. So while I'm doing those things, I actually learn from the render camp people who I just started following their tutorials and repeating what they have done. So it got me to understand how they use the camera, what kind of a level that the camera should be, and the lighting, the material, and how they like like combine those things to create these kind of awesome images, and how to get these realistic results from that. So I was like following it, and then I started their beginner course and completed their course. Like so after that, I started doing my own work and posting it, and got recognized for them. And then in the Chaos Campus show also, I was like nominated one time for the best art, best cover art. Uh, this image, and then I got recognized for my product visualization, and I got the first place. So I think overall the journey and where I have started in the beginning and where I am now at this moment, I'm really happy and really thankful for Kavos to have me in their 50th live show. And yeah,
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for being a
Definitely.
part of this group, Dhanushka.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, we all hate the pandemic and stuff, but it seems like it brought you to 3D and brought you to us because of this, which is absolutely awesome because we don't want to miss you in this community. It's not only your awesome work, it's also your feedbacks and just generally being there for the others and being eager to help others. Like, you know, as we prepare the Corona 10th anniversary special show, you were also eager to, you know, jump in and in a live and test it with me and stuff. It's, of course, awesome to have you here. Would you say Kanchana and Tilina are your mentors?
Yeah, kind of, because Kanchana actually taught me how to use Corona. Tilinaya is kind of like a inspiration rather than a mentor. Like, we looked up to him and his work. Like, he used to work from, I think, Vire 2.1 or something like that, from that early on. And he was like producing really good stuff. And then he turned into this organic phase. Now what he's doing with organic stuff and blew our minds.
Yeah, this is insane, especially doing this in SketchUp. You know, from all programs out there,
Yeah.
going for SketchUp to
Yeah.
do organic stuff is just wild. But he's doing great. I really love his works.
I mean,
Anytime
yeah,
it works.
you will faint when you look at his the SketchUp setup, but he's doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is great. It's also great to have Telina here in the group, and yeah, this was really awesome to see your journey from the beginning. And I didn't expect to have such huge impact and, you know, such a huge section of your presentation to be about me, to be honest. But I really appreciate it. Thank you, and it's great to know to have such an impact on an awesome artist like you. It's really a pleasure and an honor for me. Really. Thank you very much for including me. And I think we can continue with Kacper.
Yes, hello guys. I'm Kacper Świniarski. I'm from Poland. And when it comes to me, I actually come from a small town called Sieradz. I'll just try to show my screen in the meantime. And it's close, small town close to Łódź, which I have presented to my colleagues, and I will present to you soon. And well, like most of us, the journey of mine just began with actually architecture. So to be honest, I'm still architecture student, and I'm just finishing my master degree right now. And in the meantime, I try to, you know, cope with everything rest I have. And the reason actually I just kind of switched to 3D stuff, maybe in Poland, because I believed that kind of architecture students were mostly used in the bigger companies, and I didn't want to be so. I just wanted to be, you know, partially involved. I want to be creative because that's what I've always liked. And that's what all brought me to the 3D. This render you can see on my Facebook is one of my first renders that I decided to share. It was trying to mimic some visualization or a photo, I don't remember, from other people. And I kind of liked it. I liked it now because, you know, just brings some memories. And I was like joining some course called Prestige Course. It was kind of my first one where I get to know to 3ds Max. But to be honest, most of my free time was actually devoted to actually, you know, trying to be better and improve. For example, you can see some other renders. Like, I was kind of, really happy with them. And now I am not satisfied enough, but I just like try to like keep them for just for the reason just that I was there. And what can I else show you? For example, this is a visualization like I'm currently doing. I don't know why it is being opened. I didn't want to show it, but let me just quickly show something that I did on the studies. I'll be quick.
You have time. Don't rush it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're hanging out. Don't forget. We're not here on a job interview. We're hanging out.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my portfolio where I had hair, and you can see
That's
that.
really handsome, Kacper.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Thank you. But your smile, though. And you can see some, trials just to create some interesting projects like maquettes and stuff like that. This was the beginning of my studies, some sketches, trying to create again and so on and so forth. So that's how it looked like. And currently, I'm sorry for kind of my chaotic in response. I'm just chaotic person, to be honest. But currently I'm just delivering most of my exterior. I'm doing exterior shots, and all of them were reviewed by the Theodore. Just I very often like to ask Theo what he thinks of it and what could I improve, or on the group, maybe more on the beginning, but still we'll be doing this. Maybe it's not that high realistic ones, but I just like the style of it. I mean, I just like the way kind of they are. Yeah. So I was about also to show my place of birth, and it is in always in the center of Poland. It's called Sieradz. I dare you to say this. Let's say
Sieradz?
Yeah, well, almost pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's first try. And you can see it's a small town, but it has a lot of nature. I grew up somewhere there, so I had I lived in a communion with nature, let's say. And far away is a Łódź, which actually is kind of bigger metropolis where actually I started and where I live right now. Yeah. I study over there in this high building. Okay.
This is the technical university?
Yeah, that's my technical university. Yeah.
Nice.
Politechnika Łódzka. And I don't know actually what else to say. Maybe Theo is curious about something, or you guys are curious about something. So I can go on. Yeah. Thanks.
You didn't mention that you play volleyball.
I didn't mention that. Yeah, I do play volleyball and I like it. But Amir, Amir is on the highest level, I think.
Yeah, Amir is. I mean, we don't see you, but we'll come to you next. Personally, Kacper, I really enjoyed this chaotic presentation because, we want to keep it real here. We want to be authentic and as we are, and not just give some polished corporal stuff. We're among friends. So I think it was really, really cool. And I really enjoyed the way you showed everything. And I also kind of admire what type of huge projects you're working on.
To be honest, I think kind of lucky because normally somewhere at my level, to be honest, I'm not that I don't want to say good like you, but maybe experienced in this field. And where I could, I just try to get opportunities. I wasn't afraid, for example, to ask some bigger people. Okay, I was sharing my passion, telling about it everyone, and somewhere someone's hey, do you do this visualization? And I say yes, because we have a huge project. And I'm in my head, I'm no, I don't want to do this. I think I'm not ready for this, but I said, okay, let's go. And when actually I just was able, for example, to produce something like you saw on this larger scale. So I have a kind of huge impact on how it's gonna look or how it's gonna be sold, at least. For example, these bigger houses in the Włocławek, near Łódź, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive, though. I mean, and this courage that you're showing, this is great, because only when you challenge yourself you can actually grow. If you keep doing, one bedroom and after the other, it will be very difficult to actually outgrow yourself and become a better artist. So
That's
yeah,
I agree with you.
I think that sometimes you definitely hated your decisions from the past, the past Kacper, who said yes to such a huge project, and then the current Kacper had to, implement it. But still, you grew with this, and your improvement is visible. And by the way, guys, let me show you, or just tell you, because the chat is very active. We have many people who joined us. Mahmoud is here, Daniel, Ulfat is here, Pedro, Ahmed, Kisara, so many people, and they're very active and really liking what they see with Anna's presentation, with Dhanushka's great improvement over the years. Abdi joined us as well. Estella is also here. Mike was in the comments, being very happy to see you all here in the show. It's going great, and you're doing great as well. And I think we can move over to Amit, unless you have any questions for Kacper, but we can, check those also in the Q&A by the end.
Thank you.
Amit.
Hi guys, it's nice to be here on the 50th episode. I would like to first of all thank Chaos Campus, Dio, and all the friends who gave us this opportunity to be here, to interact with all of y'all. It's been a pleasure, and it's been a good journey. Dio knows, Dhanushka knows, Kacper and everyone. We've been together in the testing sessions, late in the night. Yesterday we were waiting for some other guys, which is a secret, who never turned up, Dio knows. And it was fun. So I will just share my screen.
Please do. We see you, and now we see your screen.
Okay, that's me. So, hi guys, I'm Amit Gedia. I'm from Mumbai, India. And it's been a pleasure to be here today. And I'll be just sharing a little about me, my work, my career, how it went to, and how I finally landed up in 3D. So I was born in 1980, and my graduation was in 2001. I'm a science graduate with major in industrial chemistry, which is like totally different from what profession I am right now. My career commencement took place in 1998 and 2002, which I'll let you know what exactly why the two dates. And the precious personal moments in my life is 2009 when I got married, 2013 when I was blessed with a daughter, and 2018 when I was blessed with a son. And I'll just zoom in a bit so that you can see. So that's my family. My mom, dad, me, my wife, and my two kids.
Sweet.
Yeah. And as far as my work is concerned, in 1998, after my 12th, I had joined a course, actually a diploma course called as Web Designing and Graphics. And it was a 6 months of small course where 3D was first introduced, to me. And during that time, it was discrete, I think so, 2.1 version that was going on. At that time, Autodesk had not taken up 3ds Max. It was discrete. And the very first teapot that was drawn by the mentor on that screen, that fascinated me. Okay, I want to do the 3D work. So 6 months, of course, finished. And after that, in the same place, I was a mentor for around 2 years. So along with my college, I went on mentoring and teaching students for 2 years. And then finally, in 2001, I graduated out were from industrial chemistry. Then this is the work in from 2002 to 2004. I was a technical support for America Online, like for 2 years, and then in 2004, I got a call from one of my students that saying, "Hey sir, I am working at this art director, Mr. Nitin Desai, and there is a vacancy. So would you like to join as a 3D artist?" So I said, "Why not?" Because 3D was one of the passion that I had, back in 1998, and I said, "Okay, let me give it a try." So the very next day, I went in, I gave the interview, and I was selected. So from 2004 to 2012, I was constantly working under the company with Mr. Nitin Chandrakant Desai, and there I'd worked for more than 35 national, international films, more than 30 ad films, 65 stage shows and award shows, 50 TV shows and TV serials, 25 wedding sets, new studios, festivals. And it was great fun. It was like another home for me. Like I used to prefer staying more in the office rather than at home, because the environment was so friendly. And literally, like nearly 10-15 of us had our cushions, a bed sheet, and water bottles and everything carried there. We used to stay there at nights because sometimes the pressure of work used to be so much that for 2 to 3 days we had to stay in the office, to check the renderings, to finish the project up, and then finally the meeting used to took place. So we used to sleep there. We used to take a bath there. Everything used to be there itself. It was like a small family. And in the company, we had the artist department, we had a model making department, we had the CAD department or the architecture department, then a 3D department, then execution department, and all of us used to work closely together. And it was just like a real big family that we had over there. So even my parents used to say, "Why do you prefer staying more over there rather than at home?" And I said, "Okay, I'm still not married, so I can still enjoy my life or my bachelor's life over there." And it was really great. So these were like some of, yeah, and this was like some of the works that we used to do there during those days. So this is like some stage shows that we had. These are like the game shows. In Femina Miss India contest, we used to have it. And these are all fixed clients. Like for 5 to 6 years, we had this fixed client. The Femina used to be under us. The Filmfare Awards used to be under us. Then any game shows that used to come on Z Production or Sony TV, that was done by Mr. Nitin Chandrakant Desai, and we used to design the entire sets. So these were some of the works that we had gone through. Filmfare was, as usual, was with us, and the Republic Day celebration that used to take place. Like each of the state used to have their own float where they used to display their own cultural and traditional backgrounds. So from Maharashtra, from where I am, we used to be the only people who used to get the project, and we used to display the float in front of the Prime Minister of India. So this is like the 3D design that we used to do, and this is the fiber model that we used to do for the presentation. So both of them used to go for the presentation. When it is passed in, then the actual execution used to take place, and on 26th Jan it used to be there on the roads of Delhi. Then the movies that we had done. So this is like the sketch that first used to take place from the artists, and this was like the 3D that we used to make it. So it kind of similar, which used to have. And the sketches definitely used to be detailed. So this was for the movie Jodha Akbar, which won lots of national awards. So this is the kind of detailed sketches that the artists used to make. And looking at this, the execution of the entire sets used to take place. This is another sketch, similar, with all the intricate details and all the things. And this was like the basic 3D that we used to do it. And then, according to this, the execution of sets used to take place. Then these were for some movie, the Marathi movies that was there. So like the previous work also used to be done by us. That this is how the set would look like, and then the art director used to convince the director or the producer, okay, this is the final set, and then once it's a go, then the sets used to be executed on site.
Do you have any photos or that you can show later on of those things being built?
I will try. I will try to find out because they are there somewhere in the hard drive. If
All
not
right.
right now, then I'll definitely share it. And as India is known for the big fat Greek wedding, these were like the wedding sets that we used to design in 3D. And people used to like, the budget of the wedding used to be crores of rupees. And people are like, okay. So this is like the design that we used to make for the weddings, and it used to get passed. And this is the actual execution of the set that used to take place. That's one of the set photos. And we also used to do huge museum projects in and around Maharashtra. So this was like a film city that was proposed to be built in Kolhapur. That's a place in Maharashtra. So it had all the villages of India, then all the other seven wonders of the world. Then it had the admin building and all those things. So this is the type of design that we did there, and this is the layout of the of ND Studios. That is Nitin Desai's studio at Karjat. It is there right now. This is spread across 50 acres of land, and this is exactly how it is built. And here, if you see, this is the movie Jodha Akbar set that was constructed over there, and major shooting of the film was done in this set. Then we even used to do the interior and exterior of schools and colleges. So this is one of the major college in Virar that we did. And this was again in a place called Kolhapur, where we erected a place of Shivaji Maharaj, which is a great Indian Hindu warrior that had born. So this is the entire life which he spent in and around. So that's the design of it. Then in 2008, the biggest recognition that I got was from Shri Amitabh Bachchan. This during this year, it was the inauguration of the ND Studios, and I had personally gone to greet him and take him from his residence to the studios, and it was really my pleasure to have met him, because my name when I was born during that year, I mean during those days, Amitabh Bachchan was the famous actor. So my parents also named me behind him Amit. That used to be his nickname in most of the films. So I was named after him, and I was like so mesmerized looking at him. And he's such a such so lively person, so down to earth. When you greet him, it's like you're meeting some person out of this world. So I was awarded as the best employee for 4 years consecutively in my office. And after 2008, we got another opportunity to work with these great artists like Ashutosh Gowarikar, the producer of Lagan, Jodha Akbar. He was making a movie called Buddha in 2010. And Jared Linton, Andrew Katzow, these were the previous artists that came from Australia. April Ferry, she was the dress designer or the costume designer. I think she passed away last year. And Glenn Boswell, he was the stunt coordinator. So it was my pleasure to have worked with these guys closely, and it was really fun. Like out of around in our 3D department at that time, there were around like 12 people working, and my boss like had that faith in me that I would lead or be the head of this previous team. So me, along with four of my fellow colleagues, we had gone to this office and we had a completely entire setup. Like our office was in Powai, and then we were shifted to Andheri to the production office. And we every day we used to go there. We used to interact with these guys, and Andrew was the liveliest person of all. Like if you be with him, it's like full day you're laughing. be with previous or anything. Such a jovial person. Then this is the thing. From this, now I've turned to this. So 1998 was the only time when I had got around just 1 month of 3D knowledge. Whatever I have gained from this to this, it's solely on myself. I have done all the research. I've followed lots of tutorials. I followed lots of artists, and whatever I am now is because of the hard work that I have gone through, and because of all the mentors like Kyo is there, Nikos is there, Jake Denham is there. I follow Render Camp as well. I follow Aga as well from Archviz Artist. So these are all the mentors from which I have learned. I have not done any certification as such. But whatever is there, it is on me. And the company that I was in, I was even the technical head. So be purchase of any computer, any spare part, purchase of any software licenses. That was everything was done through me. Like my boss used to ask me, okay, is this nice? Can we go with purchasing this? If I used to say yes, then he used to do it. So it was my pleasure to get into that field as well. Like along with 3D, I was I got into the technical stuff as well, and that really helped me because right now also I don't consult anybody to fix my computer. I just open my computer and I just sit with the screwdriver. I just do it on my own and that's done. And sometimes it has even happened that my daughter's laptop is not working. She'll say, "Papa, this is not working." I said, "How it is not working?" I'll just go press some button. She says, "Oh, I pressed this 10 times. It didn't work. But as soon as it saw you, it started working." So it's like something different. So these are some of my recent work that we have done. I'll just go through them briefly.
Terrace is nice.
Yeah, I love the terrace.
Yeah. Those are actually, they have been executed, but
Yeah.
unfortunately we just don't have the site photographs for it. So from 2012, we had left ND Studios due to some payment issues. Like we didn't get the last 3 months' salary. So 5 of us, we planned to leave the company and come together and open our own company. So one of my friends, he opened his own company called The White Art, and right now I'm working as a freelancer with him. Any meetings that has to be taken place with any coordination that has to be done, we both go through, we meet the clients, we get the work done. So from 2012 till now, I have done more than 160 freelance project, and it's going on. So I think so that's about it. Thank you for being part of my presentation, and I hope it was not too boring.
Thank you. It was not. It was not.
It was great.
Very
And
interesting.
there's much to tell, but then I do not want to overburden or overwork people, but that's fine.
A second. It was really great. I'll read a few of the comments here. Like Kanchana says, I've watched all of those movies when I was young because my sisters used to watch them. Never knew you were a part of them. Amazing. But also something that I really agree with. I think it was Nico who said, "I'm enjoying the cultural diversity in this session. Big weddings." And Pedro says, I was just thinking, nice thing to see how different cultures from mine depicts weddings and other social events. Very, very inspiring. And this is really it. This is really different than, let's say, what I know as well. And it's very interesting to see this, and also all those movies, and also to see 3D actually being practically used, not so much for glossy images for selling, but to actually test something to see if it works and then implement it after seeing it. It's awesome. And just of course, two more notes on my side. First of all, compliment to your daughter. She was right. She made a great presentation. And the next thing is what you understand under enjoying bachelor's life is I don't think the others understand as well. So usually when I'll say bachelors enjoying, somebody enjoying their bachelor life, they will sleep at work. But it's very nice to see on the other side how much you enjoyed working there, that it didn't bother you that this was the case, but instead you were like, hey, I love it here, I love the people, and it's not a burden for me. So this is awesome, I think.
Absolutely, and the boss was also like, he was the boss just in name, but he was just like friendly with us. Even at 2 o'clock in the night, he used to come. He used to check, okay, what is the progress of the work. Then he will ask, okay, have you all had food? If he said, oh no, we were like busy. 2 o'clock in the night, he would order food. He would sit with us. He would eat with us, and then he would go like home, and then he'll say, okay, I'll come back at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock sharp, he'll come. And he was very particular about timing and very good person to work with. No doubt we have got lots of things from him, aggression from him, but that was just to prepare us for the future. And like any one of us who has worked under him, they say a person who has worked under him can work anywhere in the world because of the training that he has given to us.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, there are bosses and there are leaders, right? I mean, the ones just give orders, the other ones work alongside with are part of the team. So I think you had a leader rather
Yes,
than a boss.
absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to Amir. Amir, do you hear us? Do we hear you?
Yes, I hear you good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can be a bit closer to your microphone and talk a bit louder so that we hear you even better.
This is good.
Louder. Try a bit louder.
I'm trying. The problem that I have a problem with my laptop, so I'm talking with from my phone until the laptop is uploading. I don't know what is the problem. I can't see you, any of you on my laptop. So, but I see all of you on the phone. Um, I'm trying to share my screen from laptop while talking from my phone. It's a little weird, but I don't know. Maybe this is. I don't know if you can see my screen or no.
Not yet.
Okay, just loading.
Oh, maybe it will work. It's loading at least.
Yeah.
Uh, Loading. Okay, until it's loading, I'll give you a quick brief on my career. My name is Amir Ammar, and I'm graduated in the Faculty of Engineering Architecture Department in Helwan University in Egypt. I'm an Egyptian, but I born in Saudi Arabia. Um, After I finish um, the faculty, I'm starting uh, to, of course, in Egypt, we should to go in military service, and I mentioned that because I should to go to participate in architecture faculty in Madrid, but I can't because of the military service. Because I participated in with my graduation project. It was International Sustainable Human Development Center, and I participated with it in Archiprex competition. Uh, I graduated in 2014, so 2015 I participated in that competition, and they choose me as one of the 150 best projects around the world in this competition, and I got the invitation to be in Faculty of Architecture in Madrid, but of course I can't go to join them because the military service. After that, I participated in Evermotion competition. It was almost 2016, and I got, I think, just give me 1 second, please.
It's still loading. It doesn't show anything, at least here.
Yes, I don't know. In my screen on laptop, it's sharing, but I don't know. You can't see anything, right? Maybe I can stop sharing and try again.
What's the issue with the laptop, actually? What doesn't work there?
Actually, I don't know because before the live, it was working good, you know. But once live, all the problems happened.
3ds Max kicked in.
Yeah.
Actually,
Pedro
my
says, check if you need to allow the screen to be shared. This would be a usual issue, Pedro, but in this case, I, as a host, also get a notification if this is the issue, but it is not. And in the beginning, we met before the show started and everything worked, and suddenly Amir just dropped and he couldn't connect anymore. So, yeah, this is what happens with a live show. But, I mean,
really,
Amir...
I don't know what the problem is. It's already sharing on my screen, and it's working.
Yeah.
I can show you from my phone, but
actually.
I don't know what is the problem for sharing.
Maybe I would say maybe just continue telling us about yourself,
Okay.
and maybe after that you can restart your PC and try to reestablish the connection with our talk here. So just continue talking about yourself. It was very interesting to hear.
Okay, thank
Murphy's
you.
Law. Yeah, it's Murphy's Law, absolutely. But this is what happens, just the way it is. But this is not an issue, This is why we're doing it here in the group among friends. We're hanging out. We're not doing an official Apple glossy presentation for the whole world to see. It's true. There are people from all over the world in the comments, but it's still something which happens within the limits of this group and this community. And yeah, if it doesn't work out perfectly, then for the next time, we'll know that there is possible issues, so we'll try to get them to work beforehand. But as Pedro says, it's Murphy's Law. It worked as we met up, and now it doesn't. It's just the way it is.
Maybe
But yeah, just go full screen and with your camera and just keep telling us about yourself.
okay. Can you hear me good and you see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So
stop sharing, because while you're sharing, we only mostly see a dark screen with 3 points on it. So yeah, it's better this way.
for now, can you see now? Can you see
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
okay. So we started an Evolution challenge. It was 2015, and I listed among the highly talented designers and visualizer at this competition, but I didn't get the prize, and I was nominated for the prize, but at the at just at that time there there were many talented visualizer, to be honest. So there is no chance for me to get first or second, even third place. And I learned, I taught a lot from them. I like to participate in competitions so much. So after I finished the military service, uh, actually I participated in Evermotion challenge while I was in military service. I finished the duty, and after that I was working on the competition, and I delivered it on time. Okay, after that
That's
I started.
dedication.
Sorry.
That's dedication. While you're doing military service, also doing 3D challenges. That's really
Yeah, I'm amazed, to be honest.
Yes,
cool.
Yeah.
I participated actually in two competitions after Evermotion. After I delivered Evermotion competition, um, I involved in another local competition in Egyptian. It was to design the club for engineering for engineers, and I also have a team, but they started to go out one by one. And finally I found myself alone, but I decided to finish it. That's why I decided to work on Revit to can finish it, because I should to design and visualize, modeling, visualization. So I go to design on Revit, of course, freehand sketching, then Revit to make plans, sketch, sections, elevations, and I export it to 3D Max and I render it. Then finally I delivered on time also. Uh, okay, and after I finished the military service and delivered the two competitions, I worked as a global designer, as a freelancer. Of course, many of us doing did that, and they are doing that now. And this is allowing me to design and visualize projects in over 17 countries, from 17 nationalities. And really, it I taught too much things from this at that time, because I should to I had to doing everything with myself. There is no, like a company. There is no IT. There is no senior above you. You can he can teach you anything, you know. So I'm doing all of that with myself. But I decided to join any companies or offices to work in a teamwork. Okay, because I like to work in a teamwork, like a volleyball, because I started playing volleyball. This is one of my hobbies. I do love to playing volleyball, uh, and I was the captain of Egyptian Ahli volleyball team, and I played with many clubs. We can see that I'm a professional volleyball player, but I do love volleyball and architecture. That's it. I can't do anything in my life.
We are very similar. Like I say, really, really similar.
Uh, yes, Casper, you looks like me also in the live. You know, there is no beard, only the sunglasses, even the black.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. Just the
We
beard and
like twins.
everything is similar. Um, okay, after that, I worked with many offices and the companies in Egypt, and also I was working as a freelancer, uh, actually full freelancer, full time with a company in Hungary. It was called the Showroom. I worked with them 2 years, and we joined almost three competitions. We got it's called Novum Design Award, and we got three prizes. The first one was in, as I remember, it was 2019. We got the first golden award. The next year we go for two projects, and we got 92 and 93 as design scores, at the same competition, Novum Design Award, and we got a golden awards. So we almost got three golden awards in Novum Design Award. Um, After that, oh, okay. I like to learn a new things every day. So 2 years ago, I got the first my first certification from Harvard University in architectural imagination. Um, and the last year after I finished and I got this certification, I I joined in a PMP course from one of the most authorized center. It's called Yala PMP. It's authorized from PMI, and I got the certification, but I didn't get the exam yet. I'm trying. It's not easy to get the certification for PMP. It's for project management. It's a project management professional. I think this is a, a quick brief on my career, uh, and that's it. I'm trying. Oh, yeah, I forget something. Um, 2 years ago, I started to join AI technology. Actually, I'm working as an architect, interior designer, senior architect, interior designer, 3D visualizer, and AI image creator. I'm doing all of this because, as I told you, I like to learn anything about architecture and design. I like sketching also. I didn't mention that sketching as a manual sketch with ink and pencil, also on my iPad, as a digital sketching, Procreate, Morpholio Trace, Concept app. I hope if I can share my screen to show you all of this sketching as a digital sketching or manual sketching, and my work on Revit, 3ds Max, Lumion. I go
Share it in the chat,
many
please.
softwares. Sorry.
You can share it in the chat so that we could see it.
I don't know if I can rotate my camera, change my camera on the live from phone, or I can do that. Theo, can I do this?
I would say, you know what? I would say leave the chat now and then restart your PC and then try to once again reconnect with your
Everything.
laptop, not your laptop, as it worked as we started the talk. You know,
What I'm
I think this would be the best thing.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, this is too pixelated. People won't be able to see it very well.
Yeah.
Try to restart your system and then try to go to the link what you did the first time. It worked.
I will restart my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you need to also, you know, leave the group here with your phone as well, because then you're twice here. So yeah, but it was a great presentation, nevertheless, even without images, and also really inspiring, you know, because you seem to really like learning new stuff and going into it, and not just, you know, watching a YouTube video, but really getting a certificate and something, which I think is really, really cool. And inspiring for they also, you know, go full into it. I really admire this. It's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's try this out. I will just kick you out of the talk now so that you can try to you know, restart your system and try to reconnect once again. And in the meantime, we'll move over to some reviews to not have a 4-hour show, you know.
Okay.
But and I'm really fingers crossed that it works. So try to come back like you did the first time, just with your laptop, without your phone. And I really, really hope it works, man.
I hope that.
See you in a minute.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So, folks, let's continue. Now, I hope that it will work out with Amir, and he will be able to reconnect and able to share his screen, because he also wanted to review a project later. And for now, I think, first of all, to all of you that are still here, you're doing great. You're doing really, really great. And it was awesome to see your journeys and to see some personal parts of yours, not only, you know, what you're currently doing, but also what you've been doing, how your history looks like, how your journey brought you to where you are. And I think it was very, very interesting for everyone to see this in the comments. So yeah, I think it's time for us to start reviewing some works. What would you say? Does anybody want to start? Let me do in a grid view so that. Who wants?
I think I could give it a try.
Okay.
Yo. Sure.
Oh yeah, or Amit. I don't know who was first. I'm not sure.
Well, it's fine, Kacper. You can go ahead. No problem.
Okay. So I'll give it a try. But you can guys help me.
Sure.
Actually, to be honest, I don't have too much to talk about. The picture I'm gonna share by the Nguyen on the Facebook is just simply purely he crashed it. I mean, I like those images a lot. Okay, but maybe let's start it as Theo usually does. So the description is kind of short. Tells that the softwares the user used, the Nguyen used, and it's pretty damn to the point. I like it too. I think you could actually describe it a little bit more so that we could see why did he like it, why did he choose it, and so on and so forth. But in overall, the depiction is pretty much it. When it comes to the images, well, they present this nice living room and the kitchen in the background. In overall, the images are kind of coherent, and I really like the warmth of this picture. Despite it having a lot of elements in it, it just shows the warmth a lot. And the second thing that it shows is the diversity. I really like the sun lighting the walls, the depth of field used just to highlight some things, and also Nguyen pretty damn good job, and also showing the exterior shots. I mean, like showing us the connection between the interior and exterior. I really like it. I think probably all of the rest we also like it. And this is my favorite shot, to be honest. I like those flowers being in the center, in the middle, with those nice chairs and nice rounded table. Apart from that, there are many also coherent views. There are many shots actually of this interior, and every single one of them is interesting. Also, it's kind of noticeable that those shadows made by this warm light coming from the sun, like let's say made a kind of goldish hour, is also looking amazing. Well, when it comes to the images, when it comes to maybe some flaws, I wasn't able to notice too many. But actually, for example, something like, maybe I could just enlarge it on my computer. Just let me open the right one. I could just use some smoothing groups in there, but it's also actually maybe something of that it's not actually needed to comment. I think just user didn't notice those this small imperfection, but the rest is pretty damn cool. Especially, for example, when you look at the details and the imperfections on the walls or on the metal shelf, let's say, pretty damn good. I was about to say something lastly. I was about to refer to the comment because actually it's pretty nice that actually people get comments on those shots. And I also kind of agree on the sheriff comment that this, let's read it. Great work and shots, nice lighting, mood, and materials. My only comment is to try to get easy with the imperfections on materials of the fireplace bricks, as it took a lot of attention than the other lovely elements in the scenes. Rather than this comment, from my point of view, I liked all the shots. I agree with the sheriff. If I've actually, when it comes to this bricky fireplace, unless sheriff wanted to show it this way, I agree with this comment. But otherwise, if he wanted, for example, to highlight this and make this comparison and contrast, I agree with the decision that Nguyen made just to show this. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and a lot of people loved it also. And I think that will be it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. It shows the whole area and how the spaces are connected, and it's a really nice project.
Yeah.
And the lighting gobos
It's really
produced
great.
by the exterior light.
Yeah, and he
It's
actually
excellent.
modeled the exterior and placed the trees and all those like footpaths and these rocks and all those things. He put the effort rather than placing an image in front of the windows. So really nice.
Yeah, we appreciate it as 3D artists. Yeah, and I love those images.
Yeah, and the lighting.
Also the curtains, the open windows, because usually maybe due to my laziness, I would rather not open doors or windows, just have a background there. But in this particular scenario, I think just blending the greenery of outside with the greenery inside is actually to the point. I really liked it much. The last thing also that I noticed, but I have forgot about tell about, is about those curtains. They kind of look on the bottom connected with the floor, kind of edgy, let's say. But that's only the small details that they really don't, in this case, matters, because the warmth and the diversity, like I said, just takes so much attention that you would have to really, really scroll in, just to see those things. So really good work again.
If you have to scroll in, then it's not a big issue. If you have to really search for it.
Yeah.
But the lighting's definitely lovely here. The highlight for me, it just creates those beautiful gobos, as Amit said. It's so warm, so pleasant to see, and makes everything just so more homey and comfortable. Like it's great to live
I love
there.
it.
And those open, glazing that you have. Can you go back to the image, please, where you have glazing and the curtains? This actually not only important for what you said, I think, to connect the greenery on the in and the outside, and to show that there is an interconnection between those two worlds. It's also something else. Like if you see, just zoom out so that the whole image is visible, not only the glazing. And maybe go to the previous shot also, please. No, this is not the very first one, which shows the whole. Yeah, so it's kind of full. It's pretty full. There are many different styles, many different materials, forms, and it's like most people actually live. If we go to my living room, or I think most be matching to everything else. It's like more chaotic, more, just not that harmonious, not that perfectly harmonious. So, and when you have so many different elements, an interior quickly becomes visually full. At the moment you open a door, especially such a large glazing, suddenly you let the air in, and it becomes spacious once again, because you're not limited to this interior. You show that you can easily leave it and go outside.
Yeah.
So of course it brings some dynamic.
Yeah, you have a little bit of interruptions, Theo, while you talk. But actually, I think people understand what you mean. I also like this, and actually, I didn't thought about this way, but I agree with. For example, let's imagine that those windows were closed in this image, and it would feel kinda maybe more too chaotic, because there's like, oh no, there are so many elements. But while this fresh breeze of air comes into our living room, it's like fresh again. It's like really interesting shot, and as you said, we're fulfilled with the elements.
Yeah, I also think so. By the way, folks, in the comments, how is the connection? How is the show quality so far? Do you also experience drops and things like this, or Is it okay for you? Because
again, I
if
suppose.
I,
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah,
It's
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there is a certain pause. I don't know. It's always reconnecting and rebuilding the connection. But I think, yeah, I really liked your review. And Urfat says the connection is good, so it seems like the others enjoy. But Mario says, being good, yeah, you lose packages sometimes, but just a bit. Well, if it's just a bit, it's okay. And as for this fireplace, I mean, I think the fireplace is very prominent. It is, but it looks nice. It looks authentic. It looks realistic. If people wanted it, as you say, then why not? I mean, it's very vintage, like, but it's cool. What I don't like so much is the grass on the outside. It's not on par with the quality on the inside. There is a different shot where it looks kind of, it's a cut grass. I understand it, but it's, everything else is so realistic and so nicely done. And this grass is a bit flat, but
yeah, maybe a little bit too thick of the single, strings, but otherwise,
it's wonderful interior.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's also actually last shot. I don't know. I did share with you. Yeah, this one actually is the other way around. So we see we are out, and we see something in, and also really, really nice. I mean, like, just to highlight this, like you said, the grass is not perfect there, but anyway, it's still really interesting. I think I would maybe a little bit frame this shot a little bit differently, so that maybe the greenery just covers the grass maybe a little bit more, and actually it is more centered. But actually, it's my only opinion, so I think it's not actually necessary. Yeah. Okay.
I'll just put the camera lower so that we don't see so much of the grass, and we don't have this
Exactly.
branch on the right interrupt our view. So I'll just put the camera at like 20 centimeters or 30 or something, so to get this blurry plants in the foreground. And
And point the target a little bit up. Target camera. Yeah.
So yeah, we have a stalker shot that,
Yeah.
as you know, I like a lot. So this was really great. Kacper, who wants to continue?
I'll go.
All right.
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaker full screen. Dhanushka, your turn.
Yeah.
You have an easy one.
So I choose like Huna's work, and by the looks of it, it is like really great work. And he says like Cliff House personal project in 2023. I want to share with you one of my personal projects that I recently completed in 2023 during my free time, and I didn't give it much time for the design, but I still wanted to explore the idea of minimalist retreat in harmony with nature. No post production, no AI used. Location in Iraq, and software use 3ds Max Corona render. So by looking at it first, these are like really nice. I like the overall lighting of the project. Like it is like very calm, like normal lighting with all the shots like consistent with the lighting, and he managed to get the composition also right, because he leave this like heavy bouldery and heavy structure in the center, and the leave the rest of the space like with air, like airy space, so it will have like a breathing space to the image, and he centered it really nicely. And the highlight for me is the color combination, like the brown grass, the dried out grass with the elements of green here and there. I think it's balanced out the overall all the images really nicely with the color scheme. So really great project. Once again, like all the like the imperfections, the details, everything is visible and very like detailed to very last point, like fog, distance, the mountains, everything is there, like really nice. My so I was like, this is really nice project. So what my concern is like that for the amount of exterior shots that he have, and he has done like really nice interiors, but he only has shown only one interior shot, and in that also I think mainly I would like to see a bit of chamfering in the edges and a little bit of highlights here and there, so he will have more detail and depth to these things. And only one shot of interior, it's that is my only complaint, like I want to see more of the interior as well as the exterior, to complement the both interior and exterior. So yeah, great project. I think greatly executed project, and yeah.
Absolutely agree. And I actually have nothing to add. Maybe the kitchen shot is a bit underexposed, but other than that, this is like an Arc Daily level of quality. So,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
right? What do you think, guys? Do you have something to add?
Might be as Dhanushka said, like a little bit of the interior shot, but in the kitchen shot, some elements here or there, which can be filled up.
Yeah, like this is kind
They
of
make it more
looking like
lively.
like a abandoned kitchen, like lived
Right.
in kitchen, like here and there, small utensils, like the feel of like it has been used, something
Right.
like that would be great. And the the sharp edges and the corners should have tiny bit of chamfering, so it will give that material very rich look, I think.
Right.
Yeah, totally. But actually, I think that this shot would be worse if it hadn't been for this red element on the shelf. Like, I don't know, but it kind of drags attention, and
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it feels that the scene is a little bit more filled. Yeah, but despite this, I agree. I like minimalism a lot, but I think in this case, it would be maybe nice to add something. Can you just show the exteriors once? Yeah, I
This
mean,
is the best shot that I like.
Yeah,
The car
this
shot.
one, this
Excellent.
car detail and the depth of
Yep.
field,
yeah,
Yes.
everything works in this one. And the tiny bit of, see, the greenery in the glass, it
Yes.
works with the brown very well. So
Right.
really nice. And all the others are like muted colors, and only the green and the yellow kind of complement each other color wise. That's why I told that the highlight of the project is the color that he chose to work with. See,
yeah.
everything everywhere he managed to capture this some of the green tea hue that really nice in my opinion.
Beautifully framed
Yeah,
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
that too.
This is the one shot. I mean, this is the one project that is done without post production.
Yeah, yeah. No, he said no post production.
Yeah, so I'm really amazed by that. If we all modeled this stuff and kind of, you
Yeah, I
know,
mean, I'm curious, like to see the fog effects and all done in Corona. That is really something.
yeah, yeah, maybe the second kind of maybe some drops, backdrop on some planes in
Yeah,
the 3DS maybe itself. Yeah, and actually, I must say that, but actually, really like uh, the connection of kind of gray color, for example, like here with the concrete, and the kind of orange with the grass. Yeah, but
mm,
it was that. Yeah, I like this. Yeah,
Can you just zoom in that, Dhanushka? In this one, yeah. Just the green plant that is there, it just feels off. The color.
mm.
Just that one
Even
single
I
green
think
thing.
when you're working with gray is kind of tricky. Like see, the grays can be tend to look in bluish tone and in greenish tone. So
Yeah.
what he has done is like he has this green, subtle green feeling to his
Mhm.
concrete, and which works really well in my opinion
Okay.
with the grass, like dried out grass background, like
Right.
brownish.
You don't need that green plant. I don't know. I was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that convinced with
Mine,
that.
mine, yeah.
Yeah, because that just that's just spots out. Might be a little bit of diffuse green, like little bit more desaturated on a
Mm.
like a brownish green sort of thing. Might have worked out well. Otherwise, besides that, it's an awesome shot.
Yeah, yeah. And the
And see that,
composition also
yes,
worked. Like he kept like 1/3 of his building like in the ground, and then he kept open the rest of it, like to give the airy feeling and the balance out the composition really nicely. That is really nice.
yeah, and you can even feel
Yeah.
the layers, like the building, then the mountains, then again the mountains, and then it's like gone.
Yeah, and you can almost feel the relaxation, like when you are going to a retreat. That is its main purpose, like to make you feel relaxed and forget about the like outside world for a moment. So I think he achieved those kind of feelings, and that things really nicely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is a shot like this, a framing like this is about the message of the view. It's about the location and what people will experience living there rather than the architecture so much. And I think it's very, very, very well done project. It's great. We
Yes,
can move on to the next one. Great review, by the way, Danushka,
thank you.
and great comments from all the others. Who wants to continue?
I'll go with Yaman's project. Shall I continue?
Yeah, sure.
Can
Please.
you
Yeah,
hear
sure.
me now? Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Amir.
Yeah,
Amir,
Amit. Hi.
you're back, man. I mean,
Yes,
this
I
is much
joined
better.
from laptop finally.
Yes. Yeah. So the
Good.
restart helped, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. So you can do your review. That's great. Amit, take
Yeah.
the stage, please.
Okay, sure.
I hope once I start reviewing, don't
Yeah,
stop.
it will work.
Okay, so here we go. That's Yaman's project, Chic and Cozy Harmony. And she writes, effortless elegance in every corner. This modern interior blends warmth, functionality, and high-end aesthetics for the perfect balance. And the image composition also looks nice. So let's go through the images one by one. Okay, so this is the first one. That's the next one. Another one. Another one. This one. This one. This one. And we're back to the first one. It's really nice, soft lighting, the tones, the shades, the elements used. I mean, you really like it. The first shot that you see, once as soon as you see it, you feel like okay, it's a lively place, and you would own such a place to be in. The frame, I think so. Even Theo mentioned, I really like the frame that is there in the background. It's dope, and the light that is just in front of it. It just
Yeah,
looks as if
yeah,
the person has worn spectacles or goggles just in front of it. And I mean,
really
that's a
nice.
nice composition that she has, Yaman has done. It really works well. The second one, this shot is also nice, but the only thing I think so, even Theo had mentioned the projector. Like we cannot see a physical projector anywhere projecting that on the wall, as well as we cannot see in the entire project we cannot see the switches that needs to be there, electrical switches, which Theo always mentions that whenever you do an interior shots, please try and use switches or switchboards to just make it feel more real. And in this shot, I mean in this project as well, we miss that. Otherwise, composition wise, it's excellent. This shot, this might be a personal preference, but I would like to see layers. Like the chair could have been a little more lighter in color, might be a little bit grayish, so that we have the three layers: the chair, the table, and the kitchen counter
Yeah.
which is there.
The tonal contrast.
Yeah, the tonal contrast. Right now, everything is in one single tone, and that doesn't suit, or like at least I didn't like that. The composition is nice, but then the color scheme is not what a person would like to see. This shot, it's nice, but still, I don't know, the statue that is there in front, and it's like just comes to the viewer's eyes. As soon as you just see a very big statue in front of you, and everything, rest all the things in depth of field. If you zoom in over here, might be this is also a bit of low poly, because you can just see the lines or the creases over there. So that might be one of the issue over there. But a statue shot might be the camera can be moved a little bit either to the left or either to the right, and avoid a big black statue just right in front of you. And this shot is nice, but as Tio says, never use books as a base for decors. And that too, on the books, there is a surgical scissors, which I don't know if anyone will prefer on a dining table. Someone might be just scared that a surgical scissor is there on the table. Why is it kept there? So try to avoid or just try to remove that scissor, as well as the statue that is there, on top of the books. Books should be used as books and not as a base for decor. And I think so. The vase material also can be slightly different. I think so. It's like too much of dirt map is there on it. And as far as the wood of the table is concerned, that also I think so it's stretched, and there is a repeating pattern which can be avoided. You can change that. And this shot is also nice. And overall, the project is really nice with soft lighting. I really liked it, really loved it. Only these few points were there which I like to mention. So that should be it for Yemen. Otherwise, it's a nice project. Guys, any thoughts of you all on
Yeah,
this?
I mean, like adding to the fact that she used like tonal contrast with her furniture and all, I think she balanced out it really nicely. I mean, white big sofa and a small black sofa
Yeah.
to the side, and I think these two shots, I think if she added a somewhat more focused light on
Yeah.
that statue and make it look like the material and the composition might be a little bit better, like if you take the camera a little bit further to your side, like for the back, and
Yeah.
then shine a light to that statue, like to highlight it. Otherwise, the black levels kind of like all are same at this. Like there is no depth to that image. Like you can see the black level in the blurry part of that sofa, and the black level of the side table also the same, and the dining table also
Yeah.
also
And
the
the
same.
chair
I
also
think
on the right hand side in the
yeah,
depth
yeah.
of field.
I think that she could have done with lighting, little bit of lighting. Add, like Nico explains, like hidden lights to highlight those tiny parts and get whatever you need. Like you don't need to have a certain light to shine onto it, like whether it is in the plan or in the design. Like you can have a light to make your material highlight as far as it concerned.
Yeah, the warm light. Yes, and same with here also. The layers needs to be there just to create depth in the image. And here
I'm not
also, I think so. The chair, the statue, and the kitchen, like
Yeah,
everything is in
in
same
the, in
line,
the, in the
same
same
contrast,
tone.
same tone. And this
And but
statue and this gets merged with each other.
and I like the fact that she kept like the walls are not touching the floor, the tiny gap, the shadow gap. That is really nice touch. And
Yeah,
in the ceiling also, she left those tiny, like black uh, shadow parts, which is really nice in my opinion.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amit, can you
Yeah,
please quickly show one of the images where the wall projection is visible?
yeah, sure. It's the second one. This one.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the true highlight for me, because this is one of the best wall projections, one of the most believable wall projections I've seen. This is so good. First thing I saw here was like, wow, this is totally a projection.
Yeah.
Absolutely convinced that it is. So this is why I dearly miss the projector. And as for those contrasts that you're missing, I think it's partially also a part of the post-production. I think it's just the darks are too dark in this particular case, and this is why it's
We lost
We lose
Theo.
Theo.
Oh,
is difficult. It was a great review, and it is a great project as well. It's really good. So thank you very much. And you're really good, guys, by the way. Let me tell you this. And let's continue with the next one. Amir or Anna, who wants to continue?
Go ahead.
Anna, you?
Okay, I can go for it. Just a second.
Please do.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So here are the works of Saifeddin Jabez. He created these works in 3ds Max, Corona Render, and Photoshop. Just a second.
And it's everything is just about this table.
Yes.
the table is the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is a product shot, actually.
These are really beautiful renders. The quality is really neat. The color palette is matching together in a very elegant way. I will have a small compositional remark there that maybe do not cut the frame if you can't show the overall painting. Show the whole sofa on the right side. Here maybe this depth of field effect is slightly too strong. Looking on the plant on the left side and the candle in the black stand. And here I've got the feeling that the carpets shouldn't be shown in a close-up, because when you're looking on this particular one from the top, it's beautiful. Have a look on this. And when you look in this close-up, it's kind of synthetic material feeling.
Boucle material, I think so. It's been used.
Yeah.
And the third shot, here, when here we catch a glimpse on the sofa, we would like to see at least one chair as a whole, how it's been designed. I would move this frame slightly to the top right side, I guess. And here are my main comments. Do you want to add something, guys?
Yeah, on the last one, I also find the table arrangement maybe a bit too symmetric. It's not quite natural, but apart from this, I really want to compliment Saifeddin's work, because in the end of the day, you should imagine that it was this table, and it's a very simplistic table. You can, as a 3D artist, you can literally do it in 10 minutes, okay, with the texturing and stuff. But what he did is he created so much more. If you go back to the first shot, please, Anna, he created so much surroundings, especially just to put this table in like a natural looking surroundings. And this is, just take a look at this. It's not only the living room, there is also a gallery, there is a dining situation, there is exterior even. So this is really impressive to me, how much work is being put into, giving this table an organic looking surrounding. And also the materials. I think if you take a look at this, at the reflection, you'll see that the reflection isn't just a plain simple one. You see some of the wood structure in it. And I really admire this. And as you said, fully agree with you about the color scheme. It's very pleasant. It kind of builds atop of complementary green and red. Because the table, it's like the material it is. So you have this desaturated, let's say, red or orange on the table, and then there is also the green or teal color as on the other side, which is really, really, I admire this a lot. I don't think I would be, eagerly build so much around a small, very simplistic table, but Saifeddin definitely did, and it was definitely worth it, in my opinion.
And about the table arrangement as well, I commented, but then he replied that the client wanted that sort of arrangement, so that's why he did the perfect arrangement on the table.
I see. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he could have moved the vase in the middle, and you
Yes.
can,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is as it is, but it's really a production render, like a object visualization rather than architectural visualization.
You're right.
And really, the amount of work, and a really very good work, is great. But I also agree with the points. Also with the carpet, it looks a bit like synthetic, not like fabric or something. I think it's the combination of displacement and depth of field.
Yeah.
But an awesome work, really,
Yes.
really cool. Saifeddin. And thank you, Anna, for your very straight to the point review. I really enjoyed it. You should really start doing this in the group, please.
Yes.
Okay, Amir, are you there?
Can you hear me?
We hear you, and you can share your screen and talk about the work that you chose to talk about, and which I
Okay.
helped you choose. I forced you
Let's
to talk
try.
about, but I think it kind of fits.
I'm starting now. Share my screen. I hope it's working.
If not, I'll share mine. Kacper, are you still there? We don't see you.
Nothing.
I started to share.
Yes, I'm still there. I'm
It's
still
loading.
there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nice.
I think it's shared now. You can see.
Nope, still
Still loading.
loading. Try once again. If not, I'll share my screen and you can talk about it through my screen. Like, let's improvise.
Are the guys
What
in
should
the
we do?
comments still there, Theo, with us?
The guys in the comments are still there, yeah, and people are still watching live, and they don't seem to have such drops as we experience. I don't know why this is. Maybe because of the weather here. It's rainy. I don't know. But I think I was still able to hear and see everything you shared and said so far, and I think this goes for the others in the comments. Are you still awake? Are you still with us? The numbers
Yes,
are there, but
Saifuddin commented on the table arrangement. You can read out, Theo.
yeah, I've read it. Yeah, well, it is as it is. You cannot control always everything, but
Yeah.
it's a great work, Saifeddin. Really, really, really great work. Just about product visualization, to do so much around it, it's great
I'm
effort.
sharing it again. I don't know if you can, but I see the live.
Doesn't share? Doesn't work? Then I can share.
I'm trying to share it again.
But it worked. We did the test and it worked. Oh man, technique. And we fear that AI will replace us. I mean, yeah. Just look at this. I mean, we met at half an hour before the show, just for the audience to know. And we tested, and everybody shared their screens, and it worked. Everybody shared their mics and video, and everything worked. And then we start the
Everything
session, and
works.
suddenly there are drops. It's just the way it is. Don't think too much about it. Don't sweat it. we're just hanging out. If it doesn't work, let me just share my screen, and then you can maybe share your opinion about the work. Okay, shall we?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, let me see if it works. What am I sharing right now? My screen. Okay, and it is, I don't know if you can read it. I will read it. It says, Egyptian, I'm very proud of our great civilization that inspired all the world in major ways. This project was made for a hotel on Nile River here in Egypt and has historical atmosphere. The project was challenging to use some of the main culture elements and texture. A lot of them was scanned by me and implemented with V-Ray later on the scene. Very exciting experiment, and it's done with Rhino. This is absolutely cool. So, Amir, you see my screen?
No.
Okay, why not? Okay, refresh to share your screen. This is a very stupid thing to ask about, but I'll try. My nerves. Let me try once again. Okay, do you see now? No. Okay.
No. Amir went.
Amir went along with the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, and I'll go back to the studio. Obviously, these are some really technical issues. Refresh to share your screen. If I refresh, I will just leave the whole session. I don't want to refresh. Okay, seems like I don't know. The question is, why would it happen what would happen if I try to share once again? So you see now? Yeah, of course, now that Amir is away, it works. So, okay. Okay. Is he back? I cannot see. You have a very small preview window.
No, he's not there.
He's asking for a link again. Theo, can you provide a link?
This is always one and the same link.
Okay, hold on.
This is just the same link. There is no other link. But yeah, okay, maybe we can try to wait for Amir. In the meantime, I can try to maybe talk about two other projects. First of them being a project by Mario. Okay, let me close all the stuff here. This is a very, very interesting one. It's a reproduction of the Clock Museum by the most recent Pritzker Prize winner. What I really, really enjoy about this work is not so much the reproduction itself, which is very, very good. As someone pointed out, I think it was Dhanushka. It's Mario is great with reproductions. He's very precise and manages to really capture the original, because this is like his recreation. This is the original image, so you can see everything is very, very close. And not only just the architecture and the lighting, but also the what we did here, because originally in those holes we have retro clocks. Okay, and retro clocks, folks, you still see me? Oh, you still see me and hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, but because there was a window here which absolutely disappeared for a moment. But yeah, anyway, in those holes here, there are retro clocks, or there should be retro clocks. And Mario says the following. What does he say? I gotta go back here and show you. He says, as you will notice, my version includes a small twist, the clocks. The thought process behind this personal or artistic choice was pretty straightforward. To be honest, there aren't that many unique retro clock 3D models available. Scattering the same few models repeatedly would make the repetition very obvious, and modeling 90 different clocks was definitely out. out of the question. Replace them with something different. My first idea was to use sculptures, but that felt so safe, too predictable. Then it hit me. Table lamps. I already had a bunch of them in my asset library, and they offered a lot more room for uniqueness and expression. Not long after that decision, the concept of the blue hour came to mind. I mean, lamps literally have two stages, on and off. So why not create a version that brings them to life in a more atmospheric nighttime setting? And this is exactly the amazing thing that I wanted to show you. He improvised and gave this work his own touch, which, in my opinion, made it even better than the original. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You don't have to lit that niche separately. You can turn off the lamp; it will be lit itself.
Yeah, this is great. Only thing is an improvement, Mario. I think maybe you did it on purpose because it seems like the lamps are a bit clustered. Like here are bigger lamps, here round lamps or something. I think it would look even cooler if you would scatter them more randomly. But apart from this, this is really, really cool. And the other project that I wanted to show you, waiting for Amir to come.
Can you go to the second image, Theo?
I came. I hope
is back.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
starting review. It's not.
Hey, can you just zoom in?
This one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Amir, I heard that you're back. I'll get back to you in a minute.
Is the texture of the CCTV not
Okay, no
there,
problem.
or is it like he missed out on that, or
I think there is a reflection here.
still white?
Yeah, I think it's glass, but it's a very reflective glass. But the texture is, I think, there, and it's great that there is also, some type
That's
of
a nice
mortar.
detail.
Yeah, really, really good, Mario.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me talk about one other project, and then we'll try to go back to Amir. And the other project I wanted to show you is this one by Becker. And this is why I'm showing this to you, because this is one wonderful exterior exercise. Becker spent a lot of time on this. He already shared a previous version of it. He shared it in the Chaos, the Keeping It Realistic chat, and he got feedback, and he went back and reworked it. And the final outcome, I don't know if this is the final version, this is the current version, so to speak, is really good. We have great mix of lighting, volumetrics, and framing. As you see here or here, for example, this is really partially pro level framing and lighting, I gotta say. The wonderful tonal contrasts here. Nice modeling and materials as well, good landscaping too. I also very much enjoy something like this as well. Let's go to the very final image, this one. I love this one as well because it's just so lively. So there's so much emotion in this drawing, and it's really a hand drawing. It's not AI or something. But what I enjoy the most here is actually Becker's attitude. Shared versions, listen to feedback, go back, reworked it, and I think it totally paid off in this case.
Totally agree with Theo. I mean, like I saw this, let's say, building appearing on chat very many times, and actually I really respect the persistence. I mean, like sometimes I lack of it, but when you have like this persistence of like doing this over and over again, you achieve, let's say, perfection. Yeah. So keep doing that, Becca.
Kacper, you were silent for a moment. There was a drop. I couldn't hear everything. Hear me now, guys?
Yeah.
Did I hit a drop? Yeah?
No.
No?
No, there was just a action drop. I don't know. I heard you very nice and well, and suddenly there was a drop. But I absolutely agree. It's the persistence. It's what I really love about this is the persistence. Yeah. And it definitely brought the results he was after, because this is great. Now, those horses, personally, I find them a bit corny, a bit kitschy. They also make for a pretty strong contrast, which takes too much attention. But at the same time, I mean, it's a detail he likes. He can leave it in, but maybe try to improve them a bit or enhance them a bit with the help of AI. And the boulder formation, let's go back to maybe this one. I don't buy it. I think it would be better if this is a huge boulder, like a lying huge piece of boulder with 1, 2 single elements. But those balls that we see on the side look kind of, not really believable to me as an
Yeah.
architect,
Even
and
I had
natural as
said the
well.
same thing, but I think so. Becca replied that he will, change that in the final version, but still the boulders are there. Even I felt that,
Yeah,
like over a period of years, with weathering and the hot sun and all, what if, it breaks, the structure come down? So I thought
yeah,
might be it's better on the ground rather than with the boulders.
yeah,
He had
yeah.
some ideas on it. So
Yeah, of course. There are other ways to approach this that are more natural, but nevertheless, it's really, really good work. So, is Amir there? Amir, are you there?
Yes.
Great. Let's try it once again. Here is the Egyptian hotel bedroom. What do you have to say about it?
Okay, I hope it's keep working. Um, Actually, it's the project for Mahmoud. I hope he's still here. This really is amazing work, and he did a great job, a good effort to make a pharaonic style. But I want to give some feedbacks from two perspectives. The first one as a design wise, second one as a rendering and photography. So let's talk about the first image. Yes, this one. I hope if you can make the headboard behind the design uh, to be more usable. You know, it's you find it's only pillows and wooden with some strips. I think it will be hard to, after you woke up, it will be hard for you to stay on the bed like this. So I hope if we can make it maybe fabric, velvet, something like this to can use it more. Uh, can you can you go for another photo, please, Theo?
Yeah, sure. Which one?
Uh, okay, we can talk about this photo as a rendering because there is no the last one, yes. It's really hard. It's really good to use the pharaonic pot like this uh, to to prove the style that you use in the hotel, but I thought this is not mirror, but when I watch all the photos, all the shots, I know this is a mirror. So
Yep.
as a render, you need to make yes, the bed is in the other photo. The bed is not there, this is the reflection for the bed. I know
Yeah.
that when I watched the other shots, but the first time that I see this shot, I don't know this is the mirror. So
Yeah.
you need to put a little maybe dirty map on it, make the less reflection, just to know this is a reflection for the bed, because really for the first time I didn't know this is a mirror.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
And
Maybe
I
some
hope
bump
to get
or, imperfection.
Slight normal map, yeah.
yes, exactly.
it's just like
Also
a tint on the
the
Okay.
mirrors.
edge between the mirror and the floor, um,
Yeah.
it's almost disappear. You can see this edge, yes.
Yeah. Totally agree.
And I hope to use, if you use a frame for the mirror, maybe it will be good.
Yeah.
Okay, about this image, um, maybe I have a concept. I don't know if you agree or not, but maybe we can make a random stone around the TV. and make the door for TV. It's like a tomb, you know. When you push it, it starts to open, and make
Yeah.
a random stone around the TV. So if you didn't watch it, you can watch the door for the box,
Pretty interesting
a
idea,
pattern
Amir. Yeah.
like the background of the TV. So if you didn't use the TV, you can watch all the picture of this background. You know, this is just an idea. Maybe you don't like it. So
No, the relief is
about
more
the
important than a TV. That's
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes, even I agree.
Yeah. I mean, even the background behind it, like two different backgrounds are there now. So they can be like, one can be a very minimal, like a pattern or something, and the relief will be on top of that. Then it gives the more prominent look to the relief. Other than the relief and the background behind it is kind of similar in the pattern. I think, like, if you go for a less cluttered background with a slightly different pattern, and then the relief, and then the TV or something, then it can be improved.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
great.
okay. No, the can you back? I'm sorry. Can you back again to
Here, this
the
one
last shot for
with the TV.
TV? Yes, this one. I noticed many. I don't want to say it's a mistake, but the UVW map, you use it maybe in the ceiling. You can watch the pattern 3 times in the ceiling, and the background behind the TV, you will watch the same pharaonic pattern. It's almost the same on the left and right. So
Yeah.
maybe you can use another pharaonic patterns to make it random. Don't
Yeah.
make it don't repeat it, you know.
I totally agree with
And the
you. Actually,
last
at least it could be mirrored. I think like
Yeah.
it would be like specially made. You know, if you mirror the left side, and it would like, or maybe the right side, so that those you know, this
Yeah.
person on this actually shows the screen, for example. You know.
Yeah, the
because
marble mirror
exactly
book.
Yeah.
in the real
It
life,
will be really nice, like a
the
symmetrical
pharaonic
thing.
they didn't repeat it, you know. You can watch many different things from this uh, language on the walls.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean, the
last
thing
thing,
is, sorry, Amir, for interrupting. I
yeah,
think in this case,
no, no, it's fine.
what he described is that he has scanned those things and made a material out of the scans. So I think in this particular case, his texture was kind of limited. You know, with a brick texture or with a concrete, we can always say just randomize it or whatever. But I think if you have to, refer to your own scans in order to create something like this, it becomes very, very difficult to avoid repetitions like the one you talk about. That's absolutely true for both the ceiling and the wall, but I think in this particular case we should really cut Mahmoud some slack, because he created this texture from scratch, and I don't think he can do it
Yeah, it's a big
limitless.
effort, and it's not easy. I know, especially in this style.
Yeah.
And about the board under the TV, I hope if you can make the pattern on the wood because I feel as if it's two styles mixed between modern and pharaonic style, you know. So if you can put maybe groove pattern for a pharaonic style on the wood, I think it will be good. You know, you will get the shadow and light on this part under the TV, the wooden part.
Yeah.
The white book.
Totally agree. Great remark, Amir. And I would also add that actually I think this TV shelf could be a little bit more up, because there's like no contact shadow, and it looks like it was like in the rug. So I'll just like have it a little bit moved up, and that's it. Yeah.
Exactly, and the black sculpture, I think there is no material on it because there is no reflection, nothing. I know maybe there is in the real life there is a sculpture like this, but I feel there is a missing material on it.
Yes.
Maybe
On
I'm
the
Highlights.
wrong,
statue?
but I feel it like this. And the last point in this shot, in the ceiling, you will see the railing for lighting. I feel it's it's not including in this. Maybe if you can make a groove and a hidden light, as if in the tomb, in the pharaonic civilization, if you go uh, for this style or tomb, maybe museum, you will find that they were used um, something in the ceiling as if they open it to make the sun enter the space.
Yeah.
So maybe you can simulate this in the ceiling, that you can groove the ceiling and make it empty and put a hidden light, LED light, to simulate the sunlight, as if you open the ceiling, because of course it's a hotel, so maybe you have another room above this one,
Yeah.
so you cannot do a skylight in this space. So maybe I don't know, you can try this, and let's see if you make a groove and a hidden light, uh, LED light, to simulate the sun as if in
Yeah.
the pharaonic style. Okay, let's go to another shot, the shot for wardrobe, because I found a weird material inside the wardrobe. Yes, this one. The rug is really amazing. I like it so much. The carpet under the bed, but inside I don't know if this is marble, granite, mosaic. I don't know this material inside the wardrobe, the gray one.
It's a
Yes,
mosaic.
behind the two jackets. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yes,
mosaic
exactly,
sort of
this
thing.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know what is this material, but I think um, uh, it's not suitable for this style.
It's
Because if
terrazzo,
if
but
you
I
see the
also
shot,
don't think it fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes. At the same comment, the doors for wardrobe, I hope if it's wooden, to be wood, not glass and steel like this, to fit the style more.
Yeah.
And if you make a pattern, not the same, if you make it wood and make a groove pattern for a pharaonic style, like the right one on like the right side above the bed, I think it will be more suitable for this shot. So you can imagine if you make the change the wardrobe to wood and make a little groove pattern from this pharaonic style, you will get shadow and light on the wardrobe. So I think it will be impressive.
I
So you can
think
try it, and let's see.
I think he tried to match. The metal is matched to the ceiling.
See.
You have this metal frame on the ceiling, and it's more or less the same metal here as well. This is at least how I perceive it, and there are also other metal elements. So I'm not sure if it needs to be wood, but of course, as wood, it would be more in line with all the other elements. I agree here.
Yes, the last point in this shot, the actually 2 points. If you can change the jacket inside because it's repeated,
Repeated.
but
maybe
Yeah.
you can't notice that, so forget this one. But the most important point that I want to say it, the floor. I think the
Yeah.
gap between floors, it's too much, It's, and the pattern also, maybe you need to list the UVW map and make the modeling for the floor, because the gap, I think it's too much.
Yeah, I agree with Amir that actually
That
those
the
gaps
black
that
background.
are so big that you could actually stick your finger in it. So yeah,
Yeah. And this material is too rough. This doesn't fit the rest of the room because everything else is either those reliefs, which are like very nice and authentic, and everything else is kind of smooth and sleek. And then you have those floorboards that look like the floorboards of a barn or something.
Yeah.
Way too rough.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, okay, I think the last. Okay, you can change the. Yes, I noticed a very important note in all shots, as a photography wise. The camera, there is a slope in the camera. It's not vertical. If you see the edges for all the shots, you will know that. The source for the camera, it's not at the same level for the target, so it's better to make all the shots vertical, because if you see the left side, you will see the pattern. There is a slope, you can see all the pattern, because the camera, there is a slope in the camera.
Yeah, I mean the
He needs to
framing.
use a he needs to use a vertical tilt,
Yeah,
automatic vertical
automatic
tilt.
verticals.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. This in all the shots. Maybe only one shot, the last one, uh, for the bed. Yes,
yeah,
here exactly. You will find it. You will notice it. Yes, exactly. This shot, I like it so much.
yeah.
The night
Those
shot
those
is
lit up
really
hieroglyphs.
very
These are
good.
just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's the highlight.
That's just so awesome. I'm not Egyptian, but I grew up with encyclopedias, like history encyclopedias. The Sumerians and
Actually, I did many space via AI. But to be honest, I didn't do that with the 3D Max, because the modeling and materials will be very hard. So I know the effort that Mahmoud did it in, and it's really a great effort to make this
yeah,
amazing work. And after all of this, really, it's a great job, Mahmoud. Uh, and the night shot, I like it so much, really. The contrast between the night light and the warm light inside the space, it's really good.
that's awesome. I think it's lovely. Mahmoud's compliment for it. And I see Mahmoud saying the scanning of the PBR can be randomized like other materials. He has already tried this, and yeah, easy to imagine. I think sometimes, I think this project in general isn't so much about, like the absolute photorealism. I think it's an exploration of an idea, just trying to figure out if it's possible to actually mix modernity with traditional elements and have a good result. And to me personally, the result is absolutely amazing. Once again, if I would have the chance to go to a hotel like this, I would definitely do. And even if the floor looks like it does here, I would late hieroglyphs. It's just, I don't know, it's fascinating. I love this, and the atmosphere it produces. So yeah, should I stop sharing? I think it's time. Or Amir, do you have something else to add?
I just want to say that I'm really happy that I'm with you, and I'm sorry for what's happening in the laptop, that I can't share my portfolio and Behance. I don't know if I'm trying now. Uh, Let me try the last time. Maybe it will
That's
work.
okay. That's okay. We're already 2.5 hours in. I think it's maybe time for you. guys to answer some questions if the people watching us are still awake and would ask you stuff, because I definitely have questions for you, but we don't want to do this like a 10-hour show. So, yeah, maybe you can tell me. Nope. Did you try sharing it?
Yes.
It doesn't want.
He told me it's.
But you know what? You can share.
sharing,
You can share your images as a post.
I can see.
You can share. You can make a post in the group and share everything you wanted to show. I think this would be a good solution. How is your experience so far? Now you've made 2.5 hours show, and you're not so used to this. You introduced yourselves thoroughly. You did a review. You were nervous, obviously, but how does it feel now? I mean, you did the difficult part now. How does it feel?
Now I actually feel more relaxed.
Amazing, really. I didn't. Maybe this is the the longest live that I attended. Actually, this is my first live in my life. So to be live like this, and I think it will be the longest one I attend. But it's really amazing. I'm not bored, you know.
The longest one yet. You never know. The others,
Let's
Anna,
see. Yes.
how about you?
Who knows?
The tension is released. I'm feeling really well. Thank you.
Kacper.
Yeah, I kind of like the feeling. I think this show was a little bit too long, because I think many of people watching could actually already kind of just human nature, and just not pay that much attention as earlier. But otherwise, I believe this show was really interesting one and a really special one, as for the 50th of this Keeping Realistic show. And to be honest, Theo, great idea, and thanks for having me and all of us in there. Hope to see us again.
Live next time, I hope. Amit, Dhanushka, you guys.
And we can go live.
I was chilling, as we said, in the morning also, only 5% was there. As soon as the show started, that 5% also just got released. Now, we're just relaxed, sitting, chilling. But just hope that the guys online, they didn't get bored with us. That's the only concern.
Yeah, I can't believe that we have just gone past now 2.5 hours.
Well, Ulfat also says, I didn't feel it in the long show. It's very interesting.
Machine live,
Yeah, I mean, a session with so many people, like 5 people, and it wasn't only about you introducing yourselves. We also wanted to do some reviewing. It's just long. You saw the Corona special. It cannot be like an hour. It won't work. All of you will just say 2 sentences, and that would be it. There's no point in such a show. But I try to imagine it more like a party, and if we would hang out together, we wouldn't meet for half an hour, or we'll be hanging out the whole evening or something. So this is just it. If people want to say, I gotta go have supper or do something like this, it's absolutely understandable. This is why there is a recording that they will be able to watch afterwards if they feel like it. So once again, let me check the comments. Pedro says, not at all, really inspiring to hear you guys out. Ulfat continues, it's like a friend group, very nice spirits. You all did amazing. Mikael, and this is the 50th episode. It's a party, right? It's a party. So of course we're just hanging out. And there is a question about how did you get your first client? Maybe this is relevant for those who are self-employed or freelancing. How did you get your first?
I can start off.
I can start.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Okay, after Kacper. No, after you.
The captain should go first, Amir.
Okay, I think it's for me it was very hard to get it, and I start to create an account on all the platforms almost, like Fiverr, Freelancer, People Per Hour, Upwork, uh, almost all the platforms, and I'm starting to search how can I get the first client. And unfortunately they said to me, you need to make your prices the less price on the platform to get the first client, because if you have a high price, and the other freelancers have a good reviews from the clients, so you can't get it. um, I waited too much time to get it, but you can say it's lucky, just pray and ask Allah to get the first client from the platforms, and the next way that about relations. If you have a good relationship, you can get a clients,
Yeah, that's
but it's not easy to be honest. It's not easy.
we recently, Amit, on Jake's show, there was this rule about 10 for 10, like to before 10, so that you call every day 10 clients before it's 10 o'clock in order to reach out to them, which, I mean, it sounds very nice. Personally, I hate something like this because a lot of people are like, yeah, screw you, I don't want to deal with you now because I'm busy, I want to get some work done.
Losing Theo because of the
Yeah,
bad weather.
that's,
Yeah, I think so. Well, this is a big one.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what I did back when I started, I made some booklets and I searched for the addresses of all the architects, engineers, designers in my area. And I just made a tour on Google Maps and I just went and threw in the booklets in their post boxes. And actually, it worked. Local, obviously. But yeah, and of course, you have LinkedIn and you have Facebook and you have all the platforms that you can use them. But also try locally. It's always easier to find a client on a local base. And going just for the lowest price is something that I would not advise you to do because then people will reach out to you because of your low prices and this
Yeah.
is why they will work for you. And you don't want this because you will never be able to tell them, you know what, I'm better now, I'm more experienced now,
Yeah.
give me more money. They'll say, no, I chose you before you because you're cheap, and this
Yeah,
will
it's
stay forever.
the wrong machine. Yeah.
Yeah, on this
Then
only,
you
I
will
would
get
like to ask a
this
question
yeah,
to you. Like,
you will get into this particular path that you will do only those kind of things for a longer period and you won't get improved, and then you will get frustrated by that after seeing that I wasted so much time and I'm still here, nothing is improved or something like that, so it is very bad.
yeah, on this, I would like to ask a question to you. Like, for a person who has just passed out or who's, just starting the career, what is a good way for him or her to find a client in his or her locality or in the local area? Should they Google it up? Should they sign on to some sites? I mean, what is the process? For a newbie.
I personally signed up to some pages as well, but on most of them the conditions were really really bad. So the best thing I did was actually to Google potential clients and try to reach out to them, yes, on a local base. And once you start, like, I don't know, uh, there's probably 100 booklets that I brought to some post boxes and which is a poor ratio, right? But it's still enough for single artists to feed on. So you cannot expect to scatter 100 booklets and have 99 people call. You scatter so many, and then you have. Of course, it depends on your portfolio. My portfolio was way worse back then, but this is normal for newbies. So yeah, I just started doing this, and yeah, some of them called back, and with a few of them I started working, and these fed me through the next month and gave me experience. So this is what I would recommend.
Okay, so
Recommend you
like
to, but
mail in the
don't-
portfolio, or like print a portfolio of yours and just like post them to potential clients.
Maybe I think for nowadays it will be like doing a PDF version of your portfolio and sending it via email would be much easier and much more practical.
Cool.
But but emails, often land in the spam.
Yeah,
This is just the problem. This is people don't want to deal with them. They don't want to read them. Personal contact is better. If you can, visit them, is the best. If you can call them, is the second option, and the third is an email or a newsletter. But most people just immediately put them in the spam.
Yeah. I can actually verify that, and actually I can say that I found a couple of clients. Like there were some events in my city, like called home design, and there were like mainly meeting people who were actually having some interior design stuff and so on. So what I made is that actually I made a couple of leaflets and just like handling it to one another. But first I was introducing myself, I was having this casual talk, and then saying like, oh, if you want, I do actually this and this, and they were very often kind of like having me in the back of my head. I know maybe the ratio that the clients decided for my services wasn't that good, but I get a couple of clients, so I think it's worth trying.
Yeah, going to events is a great thing because once again you have the personal
contact with the producers of the programs.
We can't hear you, Theo.
Yeah.
Contact. The personal, it's just awful. Yeah, hear me again?
Yeah. We can hear you now.
So yeah, if you can get personal recommendations, a client to recommend you to other potential client, this is the best thing because this is not an ad. This is honesty. Like you're happy and you tell somebody else you're happy with somebody's services. So if you reach this is the best. As Pedro says in the comments, every time me and Estella try to reach out to new clients, it feels desperate. It's so much better when they reach out to us instead. It is. I hate this. This is why my wife is doing this because it's just, I don't know. I just want to work. I want to do 3D. I don't want to deal with, finding clients. But unfortunately, it is. It belongs to this. You got to do it, and get chances for exposure like this show. Just take a look at you guys. You overcame your fears. You overcame your insecurities and decided to participate, right? And now your name is out there. Your name is next to the Chaos logo. Your image is next to the Chaos logo, right? This gives you exposure. You need to take these chances. Like next time when I announce a show like this, I hope that my connection will be better. I don't know if this is the weather or whatever it is. But next time when we announce something like this, for the 60th episode, for example, don't let me go after you and ask you if you want to participate. Participate on your own because you profit from this. It's not me. So just take those chances. Whatever.
Hello.
Hello.
But I agree with Theo.
Hello. Where did I stop?
Just to take those chances and just show people.
Ourselves out there, taking chances, taking risks.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. You could be the best artist on earth. People don't know about you. You have no success. This is it.
That's true.
People need to know about you. That's it. I'm sorry for my connection. And if you guys want, because it's been like almost 3 hours, we can wrap it up. I had way more questions, but I think we need to make a continuation someday of this. But yeah, it's been really, really great. You were absolutely awesome and did not only an amazing job with the reviewing, but also with, once again, challenging yourself, overcoming your insecurities, and rocking it. You know what? You can share your not only an amazing, once again, challenging yourself, overcoming your insecurities, and
Kacper.
You know what? You can share your not only an amazing.
Kacper, the echo.
Kacper. Are you?
What?
What is-
Kacper.
Kacper?
It looks
Yeah,
like
that's it.
Kacper did it.
That's it. Kacper.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyways, your appearance in the show today definitely will be laying the foundation for all future guests of Keeping It Realistic. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was awesome with you. And of course, thanks for the audience.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Leo.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Sorry for a mistake.
That's absolutely okay. So yeah, thanks for the audience. They stuck up with us for all of this time. So many people, and they will also watch the record. So yeah, to the audience, you guys stay with me, and to the audience, have a great rest of April. Although we'll have a show on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Stay safe, be healthy, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks at the same time, but not the same place, because this will probably be the last show
Thank
in
you.
my
We'll see
office.
it in 3 hours of
Um,
recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, but until then, don't forget to rock on, keep it real, and much love, my friends. It was a great pleasure to have you as an audience here today.
Thank you very much, Theo.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Easter,
Theo.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Yeah,
much.
and if you have any questions, by the way, you can drop them in the comments of this show, and my co-reviewers here will make sure to answer them afterwards. I know.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, and bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Ciao.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ciao.